Hi, Vi here. And ever since I can remember, like when I was a little kid, I've never really cared about my appearance much. And I've had problems with weight gain off and on through my life. I've got that thing going on where I've got the gut sticking out and that flabby kind of fat that kind of hangs off of the neck. Not only did I get picked on for having weight on me, but I also wear glasses too. So that was also another like strike against me because like sometimes kids don't like other kids that wear glasses, and sometimes you get picked on for the kind of glasses that you wear too. Like some people seem to think that you're wearing like old grandma glasses. You know what? When it comes to round framed glasses, those are not grandma glasses. Those are cute anime girl glasses. That's what those are. And those are the most awesome glasses, especially if you're a female, are the cute anime girl glasses. But growing up, since I'm also a bit on the small side, height wise, that is, I could only fit into certain types of clothes, and I hated going into the kids section with my mom and looking for pants that were for husky kids. Because when I heard the word husky, it made me feel like that I was a fat little drow, and I didn't like being the fat little drow. I didn't like going to school wearing pants that I knew were for husky children, in fear that other children would make fun of me because I was wearing husky pants, and the husky pants were for the fat kids and the fat drow, and I just didn't like it. When I was in school, I got picked on by both girls and boys, mostly girls. I don't know why, but I was an easy target, I guess, for pretty much everyone, and I think it had a lot to do with my height, with the fact that I wear glasses too, so I'm not only am I the husky drow, but I'm the drow of glasses, and I had a bit of a problem when it came to acne as well too. I had the three things against me that kids would pick on me for, and it didn't really make me feel very good, and when people pick on you for your appearance, it causes people to overeat. One time when my family and I went to Elitch Gardens, that's a theme park we've got in Denver, I tried to go down one of the slides in the Kiddieland area because I was still, young enough to where I could, enter the Kiddieland. I was still a child. And one of the slides I actually ended up getting stuck in. And it was probably because I didn't really fit very well into the slide. What had happened was my sister, who's younger and smaller than me, was too afraid to go down the slide. So an encouragement to show her that it was safe and fun and okay to go down the slide, I climbed in. So this wasn't a very big slide. You couldn't sit up like you could, say, in the McDonald's Playland slide. You had to kind of like lay down, and it was also enclosed as well too. So you kind of like wiggle into this very narrow tube, lay down, and then slide down the slide. And I started to slide down, and I got stuck close to the bottom part of the slide. I couldn't get myself out. I really couldn't like wiggle myself around to slip down to the point where I could get out of the slide. So somebody else down at the bottom, like I think one of the park employees, had to grab a hold of my legs and then pull me out of the slide so I could get out. After that happened, my sister refused to go down that slide, even though she would fit down it just perfectly fine because she wasn't, overweight like I was at that time. What made it worse for me in dealing with the weight problem was not only getting picked on by kids at school, but also getting picked on by family members for being overweight. There were times when my own mom would say to me that I need to lose some weight. Like she'd see me in the car when we drive to the store, when she'd take me to school, and she saw how my gut was kind of hanging over the seatbelt a little bit, and she'd see me and say to me, "You need to lose some weight. You have like a fat chin," and things like that, because I had the flab around my chin as well. And in hearing that, it didn't really make me feel that great. It didn't make me want to lose weight. And I would say back to her, because I knew a little bit about like kind things you could say to people, from just researching things on the internet and using like reverse psychology to encourage somebody to lose weight without actually telling them, hey, you need to lose some weight. So I would say, that's not a nice thing to say to me. If you want me to actually like work on trying to lose weight, you should say nice things. You should say, you look really good. Are you working out? That's something of encouragement. That's something that helps. It gives motivation and it makes you feel better. Not, you need to lose some weight, you're too fat. And mind you, again, this is coming from a parent. I never really liked going to gyms when I was a kid, or even when I got older either. The exercise that I would get in childhood and when I got older was biking and swimming. So those are two things that I did a lot, because when I was a teenager, I didn't have a car. So I would bike to school, or of course I'd have my mom take me at times. I never really liked to go into gym class when I was a kid either, because I also got picked on in gym class by other classmates because I couldn't do certain things that other kids could do, like climb up a rope or jump over a hurdle. I was terrible when it came to running. Now, I know everyone's body can be different when it reacts to food, but I really feel like at the end of the day, when you look at it, it doesn't really matter like what you eat. There was a great documentary that was done that was like a follow-up to Super Size Me. It's called Fathead. And the guy in Fathead ate out at fast food restaurants for a month solid, and he actually lost weight. So it's really not like the food that you're eating. It's how you take care of yourself. And as another YouTuber put it, food is just food. It really is. I mean, it really is just calories. As long as you're exercising, you're going out there and you're staying active, you can eat basically whatever you want. As long as you're not on a restricted diet, you should be fine eating whatever you want, as long as it makes you feel happy and you enjoy it. I was eating candy, starches, sodas, and it wasn't staying active. And that's what caused the weight gain to occur. So, yeah, I feel like eat what you want. Just as long as you take care of yourself, you can still lose weight, even eating things that are technically bad for you. But if it makes you feel good, if you like it because it makes you feel happy, then have at it. Have a candy bar. Have a donut. Have that pizza. That's going to be all for this video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment below. Give me your thoughts and opinions. And at the end, if you found this video helpful or not, I'll post some links below for other videos that you can check out. And hope you all have a good one and stuff. And as always, stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next one.